Poverty is not always about income alone. In fact, many people earn decent money, but still live broke because of the habits they practice every day. Money habits shape financial reality far more than one-time events. While life circumstances matter, the truth is that many people stay poor not because of lack of opportunity, but because of the patterns they repeat. The good news is that habits can change. Once you identify the habits that keep you trapped, you can break them and replace them with better ones. This guide will explain 10 habits that keep people poor. These are not meant to shame anyone, but to shine a light on behaviors that silently drain wealth and create cycles of stress. By the end, you will see which habits apply to you, and more importantly, how to replace them. Spending more than you earn. The most basic habit keeping people poor is spending more than they bring in. It may sound obvious, yet millions live this way through credit cards, loans, or overdrafts. Overspending creates a cycle where debt piles up, interest grows, and income is already spoken for before it arrives. Relatable example, a person earns $2,000 a month but spends $2,500 by using credit cards. At first, it feels manageable, but soon the balance grows, minimum payments rise, and before long, debt becomes overwhelming. Solution: create a budget. Even a simple one that tracks income and expenses will reveal overspending. Learn to live below your means by cutting back on wants until debt is under control. Financial growth starts when spending is less than income, ignoring savings. Another destructive habit is never saving money. Many people tell themselves they will save when they earn more, but lifestyle inflation consumes every raise and saving never begins. Without savings, emergencies force borrowing, which creates debt, which prevents saving even longer. Relatable example, a car repair comes up. Without savings, the only option is a credit card at 20% interest. That repair ends up costing hundreds more than it should. Solution: pay yourself first. Even if it is $10 a week, make saving automatic. Small amounts add up, and more importantly, the habit forms. Once income grows, the habit already exists and savings increase naturally. You're relying on debt for lifestyle, credit cards, payday loans, buy now, pay later programs. These tools tempt people into living lifestyles they cannot afford. The habit of using debt for clothes, gadgets, or vacations creates an illusion of wealth while trapping people in poverty. Relatable example, buying the newest phone every year on payment plans while still paying for last year's model. The cycle never ends. Solution: use debt only for assets that grow or produce income, such as education that raises earning potential or a home that builds equity. For everything else, save first, spend later. If you cannot pay in full, you probably cannot afford it. Avoiding budgets. Budgeting has a bad reputation. Many people avoid it because they think it's complicated, boring, or restrictive. But without a budget, money disappears. Bills pile up, savings never grow, and once consume far more than intended. Living without a budget is like driving blindfolded. Relatable example, you receive a paycheck and feel rich. A week later, you wonder where the money went. By the end of the month, you are broke again. Solution: keep it simple. Use the 50-30-20 rule: 50% of income for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and debt, or track expenses in a free app. Budgeting is not restriction, it is clarity, focusing only on today. Short-term thinking is another habit that keeps people poor. It feels good to enjoy money now without worrying about the future. But when the future arrives, the lack of preparation hurts. Poverty often grows from choices made years earlier when future consequences were ignored. Relatable examples, skipping retirement savings in your 20s because it seems far away. By the time you are 40, you realize how much you lost in compounding growth. Solution: balance today with tomorrow. Enjoy some money now, but always reserve part for the future. Think of saving as giving a gift to your future self, surrounding yourself with the wrong influences. Money habits are contagious. If your friends and family always spend recklessly, pressure you into expensive outings, or normalize debt, it is harder to build wealth. Many people stay poor simply because they copy the habits of their circle. Relatable example, every weekend, your friends go out to restaurants and bars, spending $100 each time you join them to fit in. Over a year, that habit costs thousands. Solution: you do not need to abandon relationships, but you can set boundaries. Suggest cheaper alternatives, limit outings, and spend more time with people who value financial growth. Ignoring education and skills. Another silent habit keeping people poor is neglecting personal growth. Some stop learning after school and never update skills. In a fast-changing economy, outdated skills mean lower income. Poverty is often reinforced by staying stuck in low-paying jobs without seeking improvement. Relatable example, a worker stays in the same role for 10 years, never taking training, while others learn new skills and move into higher-paying positions. Solution: invest in yourself. Read books, take courses, learn online, or attend workshops. Even free resources can boost skills. Higher skills often lead to higher pay. Your brain is your greatest asset, not tracking debt or interest. Many people have no idea how much they owe, what their interest rates are, or how long repayment will take. Ignoring debt allows it to grow unchecked. This habit keeps people trapped because they underestimate the cost of borrowing. Relatable example, paying only the minimum on a credit card with $5,000 at 20% interest. It feels manageable, but in reality, it may take decades to repay and cost thousands more in interest. Solution, write down every debt you owe with balances and interest rates. Choose a repayment strategy such as the snowball method, smallest balance first, or avalanche method, highest interest first. Knowledge creates control. Believing wealth is only for the rich. Many stay poor because they believe building wealth is impossible for them. They see saving or investing as something only rich people can do. This mindset prevents them from even trying. Beliefs become self-fulfilling. If you think you cannot, you will not. Relatable example, someone says, I will start investing when I make more money. But they never invest, even when their income grows because the mindset remains. Solution, replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Understand that wealth is built by consistent small actions over time, not by luck or giant paychecks. Anyone can save $5 a week. Anyone can invest small amounts in index funds. Start where you are, avoiding hard conversations about money. Finally, many people avoid talking about money at all. They do not discuss bills with partners, do not ask for raises at work, and do not negotiate prices. This silence keeps them poor because they miss opportunities and allow problems to grow. Relatable example, a couple avoids discussing finances. One secretly racks up credit card debt while the other assumes they are saving. When the truth comes out, it is too late and both are stressed. Solution, talk about money openly. With partners, share goals and challenges. At work, advocate for fair pay. With service providers, negotiate. Avoiding money talk keeps you stuck. Facing it builds control. The common thread, all 10 of these habits share one thing: lack of intentionality. Poverty grows when money is unmanaged, when choices are reactive instead of proactive. Wealth grows when you take control, set rules, and act with purpose. Here is an engaging reminder. Poverty is not always permanent. Habits can change. Every dollar you save, every debt you pay, every skill you learn shifts your future. The difference between broke and wealthy often lies not in income, but in decisions repeated daily. Steps to break the cycle: track your money for 30 days. Awareness is the foundation. Build a starter emergency fund of 501,000. This prevents debt from emergencies. Create a budget with clear limits on needs, wants, and savings. Pay down high interest debt as fast as possible. Begin investing small amounts consistently. Surround yourself with people and content that inspire financial growth. Continue learning skills that increase your earning power. The hidden cost of comfort. One of the least discussed habits that keeps people poor is the addiction to comfort. Most people do not realize that comfort, while pleasant, often leads to stagnation. It feels safe to stay in the same job, same routine, or same spending pattern because change is uncomfortable. But comfort keeps you in survival mode rather than growth mode. The truth is, wealth requires temporary discomfort. Learning new skills, saving aggressively, saying no to social pressure, or starting a side business. All of these feel uncomfortable at first. Yet they are the bridge to financial freedom. Every time you choose comfort over progress, you delay your breakthrough. The rich and successful have learned to tolerate short-term discomfort for long-term gain. They are not smarter, they are just more willing to push through the uneasy stages where real change happens. If you want to break the poverty cycle, you must stop protecting your comfort zone and start protecting your potential. Growth begins the moment you step outside of good enough. The poverty of time mismanagement. Time is a form of currency that many people waste without realizing its value. Poor time management silently contributes to financial struggle because lost time means lost opportunity. Hours spent scrolling on social media, binge, watching shows, or gossiping could have been invested in learning, planning, or building an income stream. Wealthy people guard their time fiercely. They schedule learning, prioritize high-value activities, and delegate tasks that don't move them forward. They understand that time, once spent, cannot be earned back. Poverty often lingers because people underestimate how valuable each hour is. Imagine what would happen if you devoted just 1 hour a day to building a skill, studying finance, or creating something of your own. That's 365 hours a year, the equivalent of more than 9 full work weeks of focused self-investment. Mastering time turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. If you learn to manage your hours as wisely as you manage your money, your income will eventually reflect it. These 10 habits: overspending, ignoring savings, relying on debt, avoiding budgets, short-term thinking, negative influences, neglecting skills, ignoring debt, limiting beliefs, and avoiding money conversations, keep people poor. They are relatable because almost everyone struggles with at least one of them. But awareness is the first step to change. Breaking even one of these habits creates momentum. Breaking several creates transformation. Wealth is not built overnight, but poverty is not escaped overnight either. Both are the result of daily habits compounded over years. If you found this guide helpful and want more practical advice for saving, investing, and building financial freedom, join us here at Level Up Wealth. Subscribe so you never miss insights that can change your financial future. Remember, your future is shaped by the habits you practice today. Choose habits that build wealth, not habits that keep you poor.